Welcome back. Welcome back again. Shout out to my new subscribers. Can y'all hit that like button? Because it does really help out the channel and it's free. Like, share, and subscribe. Today, this is something that I always wanted to do, Alligator Alcatraz. Because it really pissed me off when you had this Democrat uh, government officials going there saying that they being housed in the worst conditions and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, whoa. So did you see how the YN's house in Fulton County, how they house in Memphis and Alabama county jails? That's awful and disgusting. Y'all ain't once said anything about that and how these need due process. Once you get a deportation order, that's the end of your due process. You are not citizens. What kind of, you don't have no rights. You're not a citizen. And it really pissed me off, about that. How they can't get in. I mean, it just really made me feel some kind of way. Then you got this bullshit. Attorneys demand better legal access for alligator Alcatraz detainees. So why wouldn't you want to go home? Calling government efforts wholly inadequate. Attorneys representing people held at Everglades immigrant detention, dubbed Alligator Alcatraz, are asking a federal judge to force state and federal officials to allow adequate legal representation at the facility. I don't think they even need to get that. You're not a citizen. The detainees' attorneys on Thursday filed an amended complaint in a potential class action lawsuit alleging that officials at the facility are out of compliance with federal immigration detention standards requiring confidential legal phone calls and correspondence and allowing unannounced lawyer visits. The detainees' attorneys asked U.S. District Judge Sherry Chappelle for a preliminary injunction ordering state and federal officials to provide time-sensitive, confidential, and meaningful attorney-client communication for people here. You're not legal. You don't have no rights. The clash over legal representation came after a three-judge panel on Atlanta-based 11 U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals last week blocked a judge's ruling that required the wind down of the detention center. In that case, which is separate from legal representation lawsuit, environmental groups and the Misakowski tribe alleged officials failed to comply with federal law requiring an environmental impact study before the Everglades facility was constructed. Officials to the remote facility, the dispute over legal representation continues to swirl. I don't even think you should get a lawyer with my taxpayer dollars. You don't have any rights. You are illegal. I'm just saying. As immigrants arrive in Everglades, feds tell court they're not in charge of Alligator Alcatraz. The federal government is disavowing immigration center the morning after people are expected to arrive. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security neither funded nor authorized the 3,000 capacity tent and trailer detention center. Counsel for the department wrote in a filing opposing environmental groups' request a federal court halt the site. DHS also denied any authority over the immigrants, stating that Florida has decided to hold people at the detention center before Florida Attorney General James Udemar announced that hundreds of migrants would arrive. DeSantis Communications Director Brian Griffin told reporters the timing of the arrival of detainees was up to DHS. Officials at the detention center denied entry to state Democratic lawmakers attempting to conduct an oversight visit. The Democrats cited state statutes authorized them to enter state and local prisons, but still were barred as questions remain over whether the feds or the state is in charge. This is a blatant abuse of power and attempt to conceal human rights violations from the public eye. But you ain't said nothing about all the YNs, the American citizens, sitting in deplorable prison conditions. DHS third filings contrast what Christie Nolan, the department's head, and said about FEMA's funding of the detention center, which is projected to cost $450 million to run. We took the FEMA money that Joe Biden allocated for free luxury hotels, where he's paying hundreds of millions of dollars in New York City, and we used it to build this project, President Trump said. While in public, the Trump administration has touted the use of FEMA funds to reimburse Florida. Its attempt to stave off the legal challenge to Everglades site includes arguing that federal funding hasn't and may never come. The environmental groups are challenging the legality of the detention center because it has not gone through any environmental review as required by federal law, and the public did not get an opportunity to comment. Florida has received no federal funds, nor has it applied for federal funds related to the temporary detention center. Courts cannot abdicate hypothetical future funding decisions or render advisory opinions on contingent scenarios that may never materialize. Yeah, that's a fact. Mm. Another top ICE official described in a declaration to the court the agency role in the development of the detention center as limited to inspection to ensure compliance and meeting with state officials to discuss operational matters. My thing, and then the only reason why I'm talking about this, because you had these damn Democrats that went up there talking about they it's deplorable conditions, but you never once talked about American citizens who are locked up in prison and county jails like Fulton County, Memphis, and Alabama in deplorable conditions. You don't give a damn about them. And I don't care, but you want to advocate for illegals that's not citizens, and then you want to talk about due process. Your due process is a letter of deportation when the judge say go the fuck home. Okay, let me find this next article. Uh-oh. It take that my son that long to bring me some cigarettes and it's right around the block. Let me find this next article. I want to do this other. Damn, where is it at? You know what therapy? What I was thinking. Also, that thing is a psyop and a sacrifice. Could have been a cover up to get off the Epstein stuff. Okay, now here it is. Supreme Court hands huge loss to Trump and DeSantis over illegal Florida law. The, the decision preserves a ruling issued by U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams, a Barack appointee, who found that Florida statute likely conflicts with federal government exclusive authority over immigration policy. Florida Attorney General had filed an emergency request on June 17th asking the Supreme Court of Florida, to lift the injunction and permit enforcement of the law while appeals continue to the Associated Press. The law signed by Ron DeSantis had designated illegal entry by undocumented individuals as a criminal offense under state jurisdiction. It's the seventh such state immigration law introduced in recent years. Supporters include America First Legal, a conservative legal organization affiliated with President Trump senior advisor Stephen Miller. I don't see what the problem is. People voted to get their ass out. And that's what y'all forgetting. We voted to get their ass up out of here. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. What you say? But they house illegal immigrants. Ain't no right. Ain't no damn due process. What? Because if we was in another country, they ain't gonna give you us no due process. They gonna either put you in jail or send you right on out the country. Tell you to get the hell out of there. And they ain't gonna give you a plane ticket. They not gonna give you nothing. Get the hell out. You know, and that's exactly what they gonna do. Hold on. All right, let me get up to the. Oh shit! As I smoke my black and mild drink, pour it. You ain't got sick, right? And he still ain't back. I might have to call him. But here we go. This is Benny Johnson.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. We are taking you inside Alligator Alcatraz today with President Trump. As you can see behind me, we got a Jurassic Park style opening here. Let's get going and see what's inside. Welcome to Alligator Alcatraz, the single most dangerous prison in all of America. Not because of the conditions inside, but because of the environment outside. Alligator Alcatraz is located deep into the heart of the Florida Everglades. One road in and no road out. This place is surrounded by nothing that can murder you. Alligators, pythons, and of course mosquitoes fly in swarms of millions. Speaking of millions, there are millions of gators, some of them weighing tons all throughout the Everglades. What are the conditions inside of Alligator Alcatraz? Well, nobody has seen it except for us. And we are going to show you for the first time the newest, most famous prison in all of America.
You sure do.
Like, to actually hunt the inmates is Tom Homan riding around in a fan boat. Is Donald Trump in the watchtower. We're going to find out today exclusive tour of this deadly prison. We're right here at Marco Island, about as close as we can get to Alligator Alcatraz. Now we're going to head into the swamp. We're inside of Alligator Alcatraz right now. You can see just like wilderness out as far as you can see. We don't first people allowed in to see what's been built out here. Hey, gators! I jump on gators every day. Yeah, that's right. That's my job. That's crazy. So when somebody has a gator in their pool, you actually jump on them? Yeah. That's wild, man. Yeah. I mean, I've actually run out of tape and used handcuffs to pull their legs on. You handcuffed the
Crazy.
with razor wire on the top. None of it existed. Just a couple days ago. In Florida, you can see here, no trespassing. This area is designated and surrounded by millions of alligators and pesky mosquitoes that are currently savagely attacking me and Colden right now holding the camera. It's a nasty place to be put. A major deterrent if you are a criminal alien in this country. You don't want to be put here. And if you're going in, you ain't going out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alligator Alcatraz. It's really, really nasty. Welcome to Alligator Alcatraz, the most famous and dangerous, newest prison in the entire world. President of the state of Florida and the Trump administration means business. Let's go.
We're in one of the 12 or so pods, ultimately serve as 3,000 detainees.
It's like summer camp from heaven. I want to be in here. Look at this.
Including disadmissions. Only 3 and 4 on the side. We're not doing that here. We have the coasting, which means men and women will work. All right. There will be no minors.
Facility is massive, it's pristine, it's brand new. You can see all the way around.
Damn.
8 days without lawsuits and other regulatory problems. They are telling me it would have taken on your street that hasn't been filled in years. Okay? Yeah. Government can get stuff done when they're motivated.
But if somebody needs more thorough examination, then they would come over here. This is actually almost an ED in a box. We do have a place here that we can bring in some type of trauma situation to start with. It moves over into X-ray. Actually,
it's crazy. This prison facility is probably better than many of the facilities inside the countries.
Facts. Look how clean it is.
Wow. And this was, again, built in 8 days. After our full tour of the facility, President Trump rolled up to inspect it himself. This detention facility is built on an airport runway. Force One was able to land right next to it. We had Trump out on the tarmac.
Mr. President, in 2018, you suggested putting alligators in the Rio Grande to prevent crossings in Texas. Is this a dream come true for you, sir?
Well, I was thinking about that, I must say. It was meant more as a joke, but the more I thought of it, the more I liked it, if you want to know the truth.
Donald Trump heading out and doing an inspection himself. He's very pleased about it. We were able to roll with Trump and ask him a few questions.
Mr. President and Madam Secretary, Tom Homan was saying that perhaps CNN should be prosecuted for that. Your response?
Yeah, we're working with the Department of Justice to see if we can prosecute them.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please call Trump. It's known as Alligator Alcatraz, which is very appropriate because I look outside and it's not a place I want to go hiking anytime soon.
Mr. President, your beloved New York City may well be led by a communist soon. Zoran Mandani, who in Asian City, your message to communist Zoran Mandani.
Well, then we'll have to arrest him. We don't need a communist in this country, but if we have one, I'm going to be watching over him very carefully on behalf of the nation.
Governor AOC has decided to attack this, calling it a stunt and saying that it's dangerous and inhumane. What is your response to AOC?
She thinks you have a right to come into this country illegally, and some of the people enforcing the law are the bad guys.
Facts.
Give me a break, and I'll bet you if this guy gets elected mayor, you're going to see the collapse of New York City.
Fact.
On an incredible day, so impressive with the state of Florida and the Trump administration. It's happened. It's always awesome to meet guys who are fighting for us. We're fighting for them on this show.
We're really big fans of you.
What's up, homie? Well, badass. I'm big fans of you guys. My man. All right. Stay strong. All right. God bless you. The real skull crackers, they follow the channel. That's your message to subscribe right now to the channel. You see the guys with the real, like, tricked out boogie boy?
There go the link. Shoot, it's cleaner than some of the places where our own American people are. Shit.
Well, the first group of migrants have arrived at Florida's Alligator Alcatraz detention center. Governor DeSantis says it'll be a force multiple agent. Thank you so much for talking to us today. For you.
Happy 4th to you. What a great birthday present for the United States to have this bill passed and getting all the necessary things for security. The president's campaign ministry. So it's a good day.
I mean, the administration has done with zero about thousands and millions a year. What in this bill is going to change things to continue to improve the momentum that we've already seen since the president took office?
Well, first of all, the money that is set aside for the resources to finally secure the requirements that border patrons have needed for decades that President Trump started under 45, right? And all that being stripped away. But having the resources and the funding specifically to finish building the wall where it makes sense, adding the technology, the access roads, more border patrons, and then, again, the consequences, which is the ICE side, the detention, the amount of money that is put aside that was really stripped away under the Biden administration, reinforced the integrity piece of immigration enforcement that ICE desperately needs.
I want to put that image that we just had on the TV screen back up just to show the amount of money that's going into this and how devoted our president is to protecting our border. $46.5 billion for border reconstruction, upgrade, detention, etc. $45 billion for single adult detention and family residential centers. The family residential centers will be interesting because you know the Democrats are going to say that babies are being torn away out of their mother's arms. That is not going to have to be splitting up families. $29.9 billion for hiring, training, retention of ICE. That's another really critical component there when you talk about ICE members, because they are up against quite a battle and they are certainly needed in large numbers to be able to
they are.
feed the millions that are here.
Man, the thing that really, hey, Nun, salute and thank as always for having me on your show. It's ridiculous how they try to say they tearing family apart. No, they're not. Their family knew they was here illegally at first when they started dropping babies. You can always go with them.
Right. Right.
They
And
don't
you
say
brought your kids through all that.
Yeah, they don't say that to people that's getting their
Now let's
kids
look
taken
at this
from them
one.
in
This is
courts
something
here,
else right
right?
here.
This is my point.
Mega prison.
Right.
Officials walking people inside of the detention center
Look,
in the
look, look.
Everglades. Many call Alligator Alcatraz. These are just some of the first images we're
These are the
seeing of
first
activity in newly built facility.
This comes as officials say the
Look at
first
the
group of
buses.
immigrants arrived this morning, and they were not the only ones who showed up to the controversial site today.
Brand new video from just an hour ago from Chopper 6 for the first time shows detainees at the facility. State Republican leaders are calling Alligator Alcatraz.
All these buses.
The management used social media to say the first group has arrived.
And so, unfortunately, that's not the law.
What?
They demanding to get let in. You don't do that for American citizens who've been
That's
in
my
prison
whole
in
point.
deplorable
That's
conditions.
my whole point. My whole point is they are legal citizens from 30 years on down. They have no rights. And when I see these people talking
That's
about
how I feel.
they have no rights, go back home. And then they say they tax-paying citizens. How the fuck are you paying taxes with no legal status?
On cash.
That means that you're stealing somebody's identity and they
Right. And you getting paid cash most time.
Yeah, but they're stealing your identity. They're selling it through, like you saw the big raid where they were doing that. Your social security number.
Oh yeah,
your
they do
birth-
that. Mm-hmm.
So how are
Yes, they do that.
It's all kind of laws being broken for these people. And I say that all these people that's in these sanctuary cities that are in office, they're committing treason because they're committing civil war. Am I missing something? Because you're bringing
No,
the
you ain't
enemy.
missing nothing. You right.
Because you're bringing the enemy to American soil and you just letting this happen. You're defending them more than that. They talking about you breaking up families. Families get broke up all the time in court. Y'all not defending nobody in that, but you're defending people that are not supposed to be here.
Exactly.
Which is illegal. They're illegal anyway. They've been here 30 years illegal. So y'all sit up and let somebody for 30 years be illegal and breed other motherfucking illegals. And then when the illegals that just because they were born here, from the illegal people that was already here, y'all protecting that? Other countries, their own country don't even do that.
Right. And they definitely not gonna let American do that. I'm getting right back to this video.
Hundreds of
Listen.
millions of public dollars being spent on a political stunt. Now we have the ability to see with our own eyes what is happening.
They allege the building of the
You can
facility
see right
has been
here.
done without any transparency, with contracts being handed out to political allies of the governor.
So far, it's an assortment of Republican campaign donors who got these multi-million-dollar contracts to create what is basically a makeshift immigrant detainment camp in the middle of the Everglades.
It's a great place for it.
A handful of
Besides Alligator Alcatraz.
federal documents today reveal new information.
I thought this just gonna
Of him.
5,000 people. And if ICE is deporting today, it's going to be packed.
You're aware the statute says that we are able to have access to any facility.
They want to get in here so
to
bad.
verify firsthand.
Schedule a time next week.
No, there's no time. Request denied.
My colleagues on both sides of the aisle want us to be here.
And what the hell we doing there? This ain't our fight. Why the hell, nigga, you ain't did nothing for us. Why are you there about some illegals? Oh, I forgot. You got George Soros money.
Yeah, but I don't give a damn what kind of money you got. They're breaking the law with protecting these people. That's treason. Do you understand that?
Yeah, they are.
You know what treason is? They talking about the insurrection that Donald Trump did. What the fuck did they do during COVID? They just let these people walk over. Is that not
right?
Is that not an insurrection?
Right.
Ain't that civil war? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
These people let in everything possible and then to get votes. And they literally should not have been in office. Sanctuary cities, they should be held in contempt and they should be charged with treason for what they're doing. They don't have money for reparations, but they're sitting up here giving everybody money but them. That's a spit in the face. Do you understand that part?
It is. I agree.
Like, ain't that a spit in the face? Like, wow, y'all spending billions on these people that not even supposed to be here. And you saying it's a problem with us getting our reparations where you built your generational wealth off of, and you know you owe that debt. These people don't owe you shit. Why are they here? What's the point?
Right. Right, because they mainly economic migrants.
That's legal slavery, what they doing with them people. And also it's committing treason and they breaking the law of the land. You can't, they're not legally here, so how the hell are they paying taxes? So with them saying that, how the hell are you paying taxes? You're a legal citizen. That means you have to go into who's funding this shit and go through Department of DPS, who's giving them driver's license, who's giving them social security cards. You saw they did a big bust on that and they was already milling them out like that.
Yeah,
the companies
Kentucky.
already know. Man, it's like irritatingly ignorant to watch these people. And then they always throw a black woman or a black man. I don't even call them men or women. I just say a black face in front of their bullshit. And they dumb enough to sit up there and spit that dumb shit that they're saying, especially the mayor of Chicago.
Well, that's because they getting paid. Oh yeah, he awful. He awful.
Every time you throw a black face in front of an agenda, they sound worse than the white people who tell them to say it. And they actually believe the shit that they're saying. Ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Don't it make you cringe when you see a black chick or a black dude up there and you like, wow, really? And then most of the time, them people, they be ciphering money off the top, and then they know they're going to jail. They just trying to coon as much as they can before they go to jail. Because they always go to jail. You notice that? Look at Ray Nagin.
Send it back home.
Look at Ray Nagin. That boy said
Oh
we
yeah,
got
he was
$250
terrible.
in the city, but they locked that nigga up. Don't you think? Look at Kwame Kilpatrick. Like every time they give these niggas some kind of money and some kind of clout, these niggas and niggas always be cooning, think these white people fuck with them, but they don't. They lock you up because they got everything on you because you the one up there saying it. They not. You are. You don't have no backbone in you to say this ain't right. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. What do you think?
Right.
Cause they committing treason. Cause this is civil war.
Yeah, they
Anytime you
are. Mm-hmm.
anytime you let people over here burning the American flag, flying it upside down and flying their flag, that's civil war. You get me?
It definitely is.
When have you ever seen an American flag fly in any other country? Or they celebrate American values in any other country?
You don't.
Never. You barely see American flag at the damn
You don't.
American
I'm
embassy.
gonna let this video play because I'm getting real sleepy.
Okay.
I'm getting real sleepy. I'm gonna let this video play.
Well, thank you for having me on the show, and I'm gonna sit back and watch it. Okay.
Oh no, not yet. We got a few more minutes.
Oh, okay,
We got a
okay,
few more
okay. I thought you.
minutes.
Now
Okay.
that Alligator Alcatraz is open, Republican State Senator Jupiters, who was there this week, accomplishing a lot of these goals that he said. As a matter of fact, if you look at all the rallies that he spoke at, he always talked about closing the borders, pouring criminal aliens into this, all about important thing that President needs cooperation with elected officials to help carry out some of these things. It's bad guys and badges, the 3 Bs. All right, so you sort of talked about the bad guys are violent criminals, because the vast majority of people who have been so far are not violent criminals. They either have no criminal history whatsoever, or certainly not.
Donald Trump said on his campaign trail he's going to do a mass deportation, millions. It wasn't just going to be violent. You crossed the border illegally.
And then look, these people have been here 30 years plus, man. Come on now. What other country does that?
And you never thought about becoming legal. That's mind-boggling to me.
But no other country
That
will
is
let you do that.
mind-boggling.
No other, even Mexico don't let you do that. Mexico kicking out Venezuelans and everybody.
Mexico want us up out of Mexico. That's you know what? That's another one I'm gonna do because Mexico want us the hell up out of there.
Now,
But
Mexico,
you're right.
do you know that they over there, they lighting the cartel up right now as we speak. They just not reporting it.
I know
They lighting the cartel
they
up.
are.
And then how the hell a Mexican president is a woman, first of all, and she's Portuguese or some shit. She's not even Mexican. The two front runners were women from other countries, not Mexico. So the cartels are running Mexico
And guess
anyway.
what? And she can't handle Donald Trump. She can't
Man, can't
handle him
nobody
at
handle Trump.
all.
And then everybody after Trump gonna keep this initiative of deporting these people.
What's the topic? Alligator Alcatraz.
I think Alligator Alcatraz. I think that I'm like, why are they mad at that? Don't you want them? You don't want them being like them niggas in Louisiana that escaped, right? Climb your bad ass in that water with them alligators. If you make it,
Oh, well, they
We'll let
ain't gonna
you know.
stay because they gonna get. Let me let
I
this
think
video
if
play.
you
Deporting
climb
program
your
is
ass
part of the
in
law.
that
So let's
water
get
and
that
you
clear right
outswim an
now.
alligator,
And
you
the
should
people
make
that they're deporting have a request already outstanding on them. That means, yes, that means they have they've been flagged, done some criminal activity somewhere, and so on. The governor in Florida is doing on this. In terms of the 287G program, which was part of that bill this year, I think we have 6% of the 287G contracts outstanding. And I think if you look at any specific day in Florida, we have 10 to 15% of the overall deportations you're seeing across this country.
But again, what the president and everyone wants to describe as Alligator Alcatraz are going to be those violent criminals, not just people who are in the country illegally or have overstayed visas or suddenly had their TPS status revoked overnight by the president. And are they going to be rounded up and are they going to be sent to this facility?
It's every criminally illegal that has a detainer request outstanding. So that can come from a lot of different ways to have that. Like I said, again, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Anybody that crosses without permission of the federal government is breaking a law. That's number one. Number two, you can get a detainer request numerous different ways. You've broken the law in some state, states, but also if you've been deported before for whatever reason and you've decided that you could just skip it, then usually the detainer request will go out on that person's behalf. And those are the people. Anybody that has a detainer request outstanding can be put into Alligator, Alcatraz, or one of the other numerous facilities that hopefully are going to be starting to build. But listen, the greatest thing about what the president's doing right now is he's includes a one-way ticket back to your home country and $1,000 bonus cash payment. So hopefully people will see everything that's happening. They'll self-reflect and say, hey, we better get out of here.
Airport, little used runway. There's a reason why it's little used. It was because it was found that to use that facility, to build on that facility, to grow that facility would endanger Everglades restoration. And so while the airport was built, some 60, 70 years ago, it was never put forward because of the environmental impact. The governor claims that this is going to be a temporary facility. I'm curious, what does temporary mean? Do you anticipate that this will be lasting for 6 months, a year, 3 years, 5 years? How long is temporary in this?
Temporary until the job is done. So it could be a while, but it's temporary structures. And the good thing is they don't have to go build any new buildings. They're using all.
That really was putting me to sleep.
It's the thing that I'm thinking economically, and plus
You can close us out. I can't keep my eyes open.
I think when they
Go
giving them,
ahead.
I think when they giving them
Go ahead. Close us out.
Okay, thank you. Hey, I think when they giving them people that 1,000, they putting the tariffs on their country to send them back, so they getting their money back. But if the people pop up there, they gonna get them anyway. So self-deportate. You got the option.
Right.
And then what's crazy is, you get what I'm saying? So either way, you winning on that. You can get this 1,000. We gonna tax the shit out your country, but you got to go. And then you know what's crazy? Their country don't even want them back. But who the fuck told them they can walk over here like they're doing COVID?
Right. They open their prisons and all that to get rid of them. They sure don't want them back. Let me give you some water. That boy ain't coming back.
I've never seen that in life. Like, who does that? That was Obama. That was Clinton. That was Biden. Think about it. That was years in planning. They just open up like that's treason. Like you don't open your border like that. Like, come on, man. What are Chinese people? What are people doing from Ethiopia over there at the border in Mexico? I mean, they boating and flying people out. People from Palestine, Israelites, Jews, all the motherfuckers, Vikings, everybody. That was during Obama, Clinton, and Biden. They opened that
Right.
up.
And you're right. You're right. But my biggest thing of looking at it is I just can't believe that these people, so we know they being paid off in bucks by George Soros or whoever, but that they actually are doing what they doing for people who are not citizens. They are treating them better than American citizens. I mean, it's
And that's the
mind
biggest
boggling to
form
me.
of treason. That's what I said. They're
Yes.
gonna get these people for treason. All these people in government gonna get caught up for treason. I'm telling you, because they already circling back on them in them sanctuary cities. That's treason. I don't give a damn what you talking about. You are
Yeah.
boating and shipping people
All
in
right. Well,
like people up north. They got Russians, Palestinians, Ukrainians, Jews, all that shit up there. They boating them people in, flying these people in.
yes,
That's
that's
treason.
true.
That's creating a
That's
civil
true. So
war.
we're gonna get it
Okay, my
is.
bad. My bad. My bad.
It is. You're right about that. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Good night. I can't keep my eyes open. Good
Thank you.
night,
Thank
y'all.
you for
Hit
having
that
me on the
like button.
show.
All right. Thank you, Therapy. I'm gonna put you in. Yep. Oh, thank you.